Welcome to another episode of Drinking After Dark, a podcast where we discuss random topics while having a few drinks. I'm your host, Darius, and as always, drink responsibly. And y'all make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to Drinking After Dark podcast YouTube channel. Tonight, two special guests with me tonight. Y'all know them, y'all seen them before. This is part two of the conversation me and Monica had last week. So, welcome back, Monica. And this week, we have my cousin Ron back on. I know you guys love these two pairing. I know y'all love them. I love them too. So just like y'all, I might get caught up in it. I'll be forgetting I'm a part of this as well. So we have them back as well. How y'all doing this? How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing well. We're doing well.
Doing good. Doing good. Ron and Mom back again. Doing well. Happy to be back.
It's
Darius,
been a
how
minute,
are
huh,
you?
Ron?
It has been. It
Yeah.
has.
Monica, what you drinking on tonight?
Well, tonight, if you like pina colada, I'm drinking pina colada. I'm not drinking. Remember, last week it was H2O, but nah, we having a little drinky drink tonight. So some pina colada.
Yeah, she said last week at the county commission she had to take a drink after that, so she wasn't gonna drink too
Indulge.
at all. Yeah, she wasn't gonna
Yeah,
do
I
all of
can't go
that.
back to back like that. I'm not 20 anymore. I gotta, skip a day.
What about you, cuz? What you drinking on tonight?
I'm drinking some Knob Creek 115 proof bourbon.
What proof?
Said 115.
115.
115. Oh wow.
Big boy.
Okay now.
Big boy drink right there.
You good and grown, big age.
Mm-hmm. I am.
And tonight, I'm taking it easy tonight. I got this hard ice twisted tea right here, the blue ras. Got that. But also during the meantime, while we gonna be at it, I will be drinking. If y'all saw the episode last week, I was drinking on some crown chocolate. So I got it back. As y'all can see, the bottle's pretty much about empty.
Ooh.
It's about empty. So I will take a shot or two, maybe three, maybe four
Not 3, 4, 5.
uh, tonight. So that's what I'm drinking on tonight. So this is part two of last week's episode. And Monica, I think you want to go ahead and let Ron fill him in on what we talked about and get your side from you being in person and everything that's been going on in the city and the county.
Well, I always say all politics are local. So just to update not only Ronald, but just everybody who missed it for whatever reason. So there was a vote for Mayor Pro Tem. We thought we were going to be able to make her story. And unfortunately, we were not. It was 8 to 12. And there are unfortunately two same skin folks that went with their party. My understanding is the chair of the Republican Party for Montgomery County told them all, because one who has been MIA, Jason Knight, he came and we haven't seen him, and he's missed a few meetings, but he came and left after the vote. But they were told by their chair they better vote for Joe Smith. So it was 8 to 12 on the vote. And I did want to correct something I said I had wrong the last time we spoke. So for the budget committee, that's not a prerequisite for you to be the mayor pro tem. But if you are the mayor pro tem, then you are on the budget committee. So I got that wrong. And once I found out the right information, I want to make sure that we put that out there. So Rashida Leverett for Ward 5 is on the budget committee, but that is not one of the prerequisites for you being the mayor pro tem.
Okay.
Yeah. I wanted to clear that up.
So who is the mayor pro tem?
So the mayor pro tem is a native from Fredonia. He's a Marine. Joe Smith, he has been afforded the opportunity of running uncontested twice as county commissioner, 2018 and 2022. He did throw his hat in the race for District 68 against Aaron Mediocre Mayberry, and he lost due to the donations of out-of-state billionaires. Aaron Mayberry was comparing Joe Smith, who was a native son, to Joe Biden. And if you know Joe Smith, you know that they are polar opposites. So we got all kind of mailers. First time we've ever had TV ads for that race. So I feel like that race was kind of stolen from Joe Smith. But he's the native and he was the fan favorite, but he did not win. He could not compete with what Aaron Mayberry, bought and bossed behind, had going on. So, yeah, Joe Smith. And the thing with the mayor pro tem is switched between two people, the same two people for the last 7 years. John Gannon, District 1, who's also been afforded the opportunity of running uncontested races because he bragged about his resume and said, well, I've been in county commissioner for 16 years. Well, that's 4 terms. That's too long, John Gannon. So I hope somebody from District 1 will run against you next year.
Mm.
How many races have been uncontested on the county level?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, friend. Too many. Too many. So just on the commissioner side, District 1, which is John Gannon, District 3, Joe Smith, District 8, Tandy Smith, but she was replaced by LaTanya Brown. District 9, Jorge Padro. He surprisingly actually went with the Dems and voted for Dr. Ra. District 10, Jeremiah Walker. District 13, Walker Woodruff. And District 15, David Harper, who is my county commissioner. And I do like David. I know that, upsets some people, but when I need things done, I call my commissioner. And him being a MAGA doesn't have anything to do with what I need done. So it is what it is.
Why do you think uh why do you think some people don't want to run? Like they want to, but they don't really want to run, especially against those who have been running uncontested all these years.
I think they assume falsely that these men, because all of these I mentioned are men except for Tangi, and she's no longer a county commissioner. They think they're smarter than what they are, because if you listen to them speak and the tantrums that they have, then you know you're just as smart as they are. But people always struggle with something I don't believe in, the whole imposter syndrome. So people just think, oh, you're a public servant, you're very smart. No, some of them are hella dumb, and just have it easy because of their gender and their lack of their light skin complexion. So if you, I told one lady, she was up there, she wanted to speak and she was scared and shaking. So I was like, hey sis, they're not that smart. So after she went up there and spoke, she was shaking and everything, and she came back and the questions they were asking, she was like, you're right, they're not that smart.
What is if somebody wants to run? What is the process for them to do so?
So if someone would like to run for county commissioner, then they have to have 25. I always say get 50 because people lie. 25 signatures on a petition that they have to pick up from the election commission, which is located in Veterans Pageant Lane. So 25, 50 signatures of registered, they have to be registered voters in your district. Because sometimes people will feel like they're helping you out, because I had that the first time I ran for office, and they were signing, and it's like, you're not in my district, why did you sign? Now I had more than 25 signatures, so I was good to go, but always get more, and then you have to turn it in to the election commission. It's 25, and most people, they're like honored because they're like, oh, I've never been asked to sign a petition for somebody to run for office for. So it's not really hard. The first time I just walked in my neighborhood, my friend Joanne helped me, and we got those signatures in like 3 hours. We had the signatures that we needed. So it's not a challenging process. I just think that there is a lack of how to. And then some people that are in office, some people that look like us, they discourage people from running, and they tell them, oh, you need $40,000, $50,000. No, you don't. You need grassroots. You need 10 good friends that will help you consistently while you run. So it's not, for local politics, it's not necessarily about the amount of money that you raise. It's about messaging. You got to have a platform that resonates with all of your constituents. So not hard at all. Get yourself a platform, start attending meetings. And if you can't attend, at least watch a YouTube video, because all of our meetings are on YouTube. City council, county commissioner, school board, all of those are on YouTube. So no excuse for not being able to be a part of that civic engagement. But just, and if you have any questions, I'm here to help.
Would you run again?
I would not. I ran twice, Ronald. So I ran for District 68 against the 18-year incumbent in 2022. Then I ran against a Republican in 2018. My understanding is for school board, my understanding is he was not going to run, and then he found out I was running and was encouraged to go get his petition, because he was able to run uncontested for many, many years. So what I like to do, because I'm a little petty, is if I see that you're someone who has just been able to run with no competition, you're gonna spend some money. Because I'm gonna go get a petition and get me some signatures and get my name on the ballot. And I always run as an independent because there are more independents in my district than Republicans and Democrats combined. So no, I wouldn't, but I would be willing to help, and I have helped a few people to run for office. But I think that that's just not in the cards for me. They did try to go after my job the second time that I ran for office, saying that I was using my position with my job to further my career politically. And I'm like, this is a damn pay cut, like a huge pay cut. So what are you talking about? I was gonna have to quit my job if I would have won that seat.
What was your experience like running during those times?
Well, it was for me because I'm a black woman. So y'all know the most hated person in America is a damn black woman. So the you're too vocal. You don't need to drive a Mercedes. You know, people you don't resonate with. You know, everyday people because of where you live. Like what? What are y'all talking? Like that was challenging, and it was like, well, what can you do for us? Because I had some people. I ran the second time for medical cannabis for veterans. That was my main number one platform, and people saying, you know, that's the gateway drug. And my opponent's name is Curtis Johnson. So they were like, never met the man, even though he'd been in that seat 18 years. They were like, why are you trying to run against a brother? And I was like, what? Well, maybe they think I'm running against Ronnie. And it was like, no, Curtis Johnson is a good man. I'm like, Curtis Johnson is not a brother. I know the name kind of sounds like he could be one, but yeah, some people when I would go out and pass out my flyers and pamphlets and stuff, it's like you shouldn't be trying to unseat that good brother. I said, good brother, where? So that was my challenge, just kind of the misinformation, and I think people are just lazy sometimes when it comes to what's happening locally because we're so concerned. It was Biden versus Trump, then it was Trump versus Harris. But I'm like, you're never going to see those folks, but you will see your county commissioner, you will see your school board rep. So that's just clearing up some misunderstandings was very challenging, and not being able to be. They thought I was gonna be nice. No, if you cuss me out, I'm gonna cuss you out a lot better because I've been cussing since I was like 12. So I got a whole degree in profanity. So if you say something, it's just because I'm running for office doesn't mean I'm gonna take the high road. Like I never listened to Michelle Obama when they go low, you go high. No, they go low, I go lower. So
Absolutely.
we're gonna
Absolutely.
be on the ground tussling. So that's how I was. Anytime they said anything about me, I would always respond to what they said because what you're saying is untrue.
Let the people know, like, if they do decide to run, how much work it goes into running just for a local
Locally,
position.
you worked on a campaign, Darius, so it's not as challenging as people would lead you to believe or want you to believe. And this includes Black people that are in positions that love being the onlyest one. Um, it's not grassroots, knock on doors. You'd be surprised at people that won't change and people that don't know, oh well, what ward we in? Because you say, hey, I'm in Ward 2 or District 2. And they're like, oh, I didn't even know what district I was in. And you can give them a class on civics. Hey, go to the Go Vote TN app. Let's figure out who your representatives are. What are your issues? And most of the time in Clarksville, they're going to say what? Traffic, infrastructure, schools. Like, and if you know those talking points, you got a platform. One girl told me, and I've never heard of some of the stuff that she's going to run, and I think she's going to win. I'm not going to say her name because we don't need to know let people know that we know each other and are working together. But when she shared her platform with me for the school board, I was like, I've never, not even my platform when I ran for a school board was like hers because she's a parent, she has multiple children, and I was like, girl, she's like, well, I don't have a platform, Monica. And I was like, girl, you just gave me a platform that's going to blow their freaking socks off because nobody is talking about this. I'm saying you're going to know that it's good when you start running. Your opponent is going to steal your ideas. That's how good her
Mm-hmm.
idea is.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I remember those days. I'm not gonna lie. I remember those days, but like I said before last week, that's like some of the best times I've ever had working on a campaign. Just doing my part. Even though at the time we were in two different wards, the fact that he asked me to help him out and he said he wouldn't run if I wasn't a part of it, that
Oh,
made me pretty good. So um yeah, I mean I would do it again if I support that person and I believe in them and everything like that. Just not anybody.
Well,
You
let me
know,
ask you, would you consider running, Darius?
no.
No, never?
Well, I would never say never, but we talking about right now. No, not right
Okay.
now.
So maybe
Yeah,
4 years?
it could be 4 years. It could be 8 years from now.
Okay.
But things change. Who knows? My mind might change after I have a couple more drinks.
What about you, Ronald? Would you run?
Absolutely not.
No,
I'm in
don't say
Davidson
it so
County.
quickly.
No, no. If I still resided in Clarksville, maybe so. But in Nashville,
Yeah.
oh no. Mm-mm. Real big boy game up here.
Oh, I've heard.
You think nepotism runs rampant there? Here,
Wow.
whole other ball game. As
So
as
what?
progressive as Nashville is, it's still in the Bible Belt. Let me say that.
It is.
So I just hold on. I didn't take me another shot. I don't think y'all saw me take a shot. I'm gonna take another one.
We didn't see you, so you gotta take two. Two more shots.
Two.
Two
You
shots.
said I was taking two. Good. You trying to get me out of here that quick?
You got work
Okay.
tomorrow?
Well, yeah. I don't go into the afternoon, so I'm
Oh,
good.
okay.
Oh, plenty of
Turn the
recovery
whole,
time. You're good.
just turn up the whole
Yeah.
bottle.
All right. But what else? What's some of the other issues nobody really knows about locally that we probably need to start paying attention to in Clarksville? I know we have I know you mentioned the infrastructure. I know how terrible that is. I know one thing you really brought up on your social media is you call it the baby jail. So can you talk a little bit about that? What's going on with that?
I would love to. So on Monday we started, and I've been going to court, just watching, observing. It's called Court Watchers, and Nashville also does it. Oh, shot. And Shelby County does Court Watch. So you go in, you don't have to be a subject matter expert on criminal justice or court proceedings or under anything like that. You just go in and you watch. So I had the privilege with a homeschooling mom, my veteran sister, Lala, brought her two boys in, and some other ladies, Sam, Janine, Rosa. We just went to Tanaya. We just went and watched. You don't say anything, you take notes, and then afterwards you compare notes. So we did that on Monday. And what was not surprising, but was disheartening, was the demographics of juvenile court. So you had two young ladies who were Caucasian, both their case. Now they did everything they were supposed to do as far as probation conditions are concerned. Both of their cases were dismissed, and we watched Judge Poland, and he seemed to be fair. Like, he dismissed a lot of cases. He kept telling the kids probably things they've never heard from their parents, that he was proud of them, they need to stay on the straight and narrow, and all these things. But we are overrepresented. When I say we, I'm talking about Black people are overrepresented in the court system. So a ton of Black people. And my friend made the comparison. I don't know if you saw Montgomery County Emerging Leaders, that picture with Mayor Wes Golden versus what we saw in the courtroom. Like, they're
Oh,
stark compared. Like, you have, because my son went to Emerging Leaders too. So I told my friend, I'm like, you making a dig, and I'm not going to be offended, because I found out about it through a public servant who was like, hey girl, get Jared in this Emerging Leaders, because it wasn't something that's advertised that you can be an emerging leader, and that helped him get a scholarship. But there's not a lot of Black and brown in emerging leaders. But that same day, we had a ton of Black and brown in the court system. So it's like, what's the difference in these two? And a lot of those kids came from Clarksville High School. So it's like, how can we make this a little more fair, so that you don't see kids mainly from North Clarksville were in the courtroom, Black and brown. I think there were two Hispanic kids in the courtroom. And one guy, I would say, out of the cases we observed, one, his tail needed to be in detention. And I hate saying that, but he cussed out a judge. He was acting a pure fool. He was in Ray County in detention. I think they was letting him out probably Tuesday, but he's one of those, like, he's going to be, mama, I should have listened, because his behavior was really out of pocket. But that was only one out of all the cases that we observed. And it's going to cost between, well, one of the commissioners, I won't say his name, he said, when I said 30 million, he said actually 14 million. I said, man, we ain't got it. We ain't got $14 million. We ain't got it. So even if you cut it in half and say, well, no, it's not 30 million, it's 14, we still don't have it. So the funding, unless you want your property taxes to go up again, in my understanding was on the city side, they already went up. So who's going to pay for it? Like, where's the restorative justice? How can we prevent? Because they all say no to, there was one county commissioner, Autumn Simmons, her and the chief of staff, they wanted to do universal pre-K. Oh, that was no, we don't have the money for it. So you don't have the money for universal pre-K, but you do have the money for a baby jail that's going to cost $14 million.
And what was the? Oh, I'm sorry. What
No,
was the
go ahead.
reasoning? What was the reasoning for them to bring a baby jail to
Well,
here?
they say we need it, and they say that it'll give parents access to their children because Ray County is quite a ways away.
Yeah.
And I understand that, but my thing is we need to figure out why your kid keep getting in trouble. Because one thing that Judge Poland said that I agree with, I kind of cringed that I had to agree with him, but he was like, in several cases, there's a parenting problem. Like, this don't have nothing to do. Kids gonna do what you let them do. He's like, there's a parenting problem. And I heard, some people like to think I'm gonna clap back all the time, but I ignore a lot of stuff. So one lady was like, I have friends that their kids keep getting in trouble and they need a juvenile resource center. Well, no, we need to figure out why your damn kids keep getting in trouble all the time. Like, what is going on in your home where they keep doing the same thing that gets them in trouble? That's what we need to talk about. You building a jail so they have access to it is not going to help.
Ron, you have any questions?
So this detention center, this baby jail, is it like the one up here in Nashville?
Standing Tall?
No, not Standing Tall. What is the name of it? It's right off of. It's right there on Ashland City Highway. Oh my God, what is the name of it? But it's a juvenile detention facility, and it's been there for years. So will this be a juvenile detention facility, or will it consist of just locking children away, or will it provide tools and resources so while they're there, they're not just existing. They're actually gaining something that they're not getting in the streets, and they're coming out better than when they went in.
So what they are saying, because you can put lipstick on a pig and it's still a oink oink, right? It's still bacon. We're gonna eat it later on. So they're trying to label it because they know we have some hangups about incarceration as Black people, as we should, right?
As we should.
It started from slave patrols. That's where policing started from, slave patrols. So they're trying to label it as, no, stop that, Monica. Don't you call it a baby jail. It's a resource center. So a lot of people who have had kids that have been in trouble have said, well, wait a minute. If it's a resource center, can children who are not already in the judicial system take part in whatever programs you have? Well, we don't know. Well, then it might not be a resource.
It's not
if
a
there's no
resource
resources,
center.
it's a jail. And they're going to have bars on the windows. And they said they want, I said, well, how do you not? Because there's some kids, like the young man that was showing his entire behind Monday. You have cases like that. And then you have status offenses where if you were not underage, it wouldn't be against the law, but you have to go to school. You can't be caught with marijuana, THC. The vaping is out of control here because a lot of the issues we saw Monday was vaping or some mental health challenges. So the county commissioner, who is a Democrat, Lisa Pritchard, that wants it, she ran on it in 2022, is saying, I have 100 nonprofits that will sign on when we get a brick and mortar building, these resources. So my thing is, if that means they're already established, right? If you have 100 nonprofits that want to help these kids, why can't they help them without a building? Why
It's
do you need
true.
a building to help them? Help them now, because it's
So
going to
that
take you a minute to
they
get
don't enter the building.
that
Absolutely.
part. Yeah, and she's a black woman, and I'm like, she's like, Monica hates me, and I'm like, I don't have that energy. I'm busy with other stuff. I don't hate you, but it's very disturbing that we have a black woman Democrat that has been pushing for this resource center slash baby jail for years. And she's a former cop. And it's like, I don't hate you, but you need to make better decisions. You have black grandsons, and one was profiled for having an afro. So it's like, don't pretend, Miss Lisa, that you don't know how the game is played. I sent them numbers. I sent them the podcast about the kids of Rutherford County, where that judge was allowed to retire. But she was cuffing, had kids
I
as young as
remember
6 and
that.
7.
I
Cuffed.
remember that.
Yeah. So we don't need to be caging kids for cash, and that's what they see. Because we're not
That's
going to make any money off of it.
exactly what it
Bullshit.
is.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's I was like a little curious about that. Um, I never heard it as a resource center
that's
at
what they've been
all.
calling it.
I mean,
Will it will it be privately owned or
I was about to ask that
state
question. It's gonna
state run?
Well, they know how I feel about Core Civic, so I don't think they would dare allow Core Civic to run this juvenile detention center, resource center, whatever the hell we're calling it. But they did go visit some of, to answer your question, Ronald, they did go visit some of the juvenile detention centers in Davidson County. Oh, we're taking away what we don't need. I'm like, these are the same kids they just baptized. Like, they baptized those kids last year. Talking about they received Jesus. Like, what they got to do with their sentencing? Them receiving, I mean, praise the Lord. Hallelujah. I'm glad you received Jesus as your Lord and Savior. But what does that have to do with why you were incarcerated? So they've done tours of different juvenile detention centers. I don't think they've done Columbia, because Columbia is ran not only by Core Civic, but one of the judge's wife is on the board. I was like, conflict interest much? How is that okay?
Columbia.
Yeah.
yeah.
Nepotism runs deep in Columbia.
But
Yeah.
thankfully, we don't send kids to Columbia anymore because of the Core Civic issue. But Core Civic donates more money to the Republican Party than any other entity does. So that's interesting, right? And on that, I'll have a drink.
Well, that's because there's profit in locking people up. We all
Yes,
know
there is.
that.
Yes, there is.
There's profit in that.
So I know there's some. I know next month we have some elections coming up. Um, Next month I know they changed some stuff around. If you have a child like me in school, I know they changed some dates around, so school is off. So I know October 7th, there's some elections coming up. Um, for those who are registered to vote, please get out and vote. Please do so. I'm not telling you who to vote for. Just use your voice and vote. So do that. My daughter is out of school, so you can vote. So go vote.
Can I tell them who I'm going to endorse?
Sure, go ahead.
So, Mr. Vincent Dixie, the Bowtie brother, HBCU grad, had 2 bills to reform criminal justice. So, for those that care who Monica's going to vote for, I'm Team Dixie. He called me personally because I was struggling between him and Afton Ben. And he called me. Like, she saw me. We had a conversation, but he called me and was like, hey, Miss Meeks, will you support? I'm like, how'd you get my number? First of all, who gave his number? But the fact that he called and was like, I really would appreciate your support. He asked the question. Afton didn't. Afton came up to me and she was like, I heard you like karaoke. What karaoke song should I sing? She
What?
didn't ask for support, but Vincent Dixie did. And I was torn between the two. And I told him, like, I don't know which one. So it's Vincent Dixie for Team Meeks here, just in case y'all care.
All right. I don't know if there's any more races going on that day. I'm not
No,
sure. I'm
just that
pretty.
one.
There's that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, so just go out there and vote. Um, Hopefully I could. More than likely I know how my work schedule is, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it right. Um
Don't they offer early voting in Clarksville?
They do.
oh yeah,
Okay.
early vote. Yes.
Okay.
Forgot about early vote.
All right.
Yeah. So if you could early vote, I don't know about y'all got all y'all, but I like to early vote. So I like to
Early
get it.
vote too.
I like to get it in, get it over with. I don't like long lines or anything like that. I just can't stand it. So if you can do it, do it. When you have time, go ahead and make that happen. All right, so we're gonna switch gears. I know all of you guys know if y'all been on social media, y'all done heard the news. Charlie Kirk uh, passed away today at the age of 31. Uh, Shot and killed in Utah, speaking at a college. Um, how do you guys feel about that?
I I personally feel that no one should be assassinated for their political views. Whether you agree with them or not, no, that doesn't give anybody the right to take your life.
Monica?
I will say it's very unfortunate. He was only 31 years old. He does have two children. And I will also say, Aaron Mayberry, we don't need you to make this self about you because that post that you made was full of lies and you are a family pastor. So do better. You cannot make yourself the main character in somebody else's death. But just
Mm.
prayers for, his wife, his children. 31 is young, very young. So it's very, very unfortunate. And I was going back and forth with one person today, and I was like, "You're not even worth my energy," because I said they just tried to put a young black man in Wisconsin in a wood chipper. I'm not sure if y'all saw that story.
No.
No.
Yes, some white kids. They were calling him all kind of racial inappropriate names, and they were trying to push him into a wood chipper
Wood
at a party.
chipper?
A party in Wisconsin, a wood chipper, and people that are so outraged with what happened with Charlie Kirk and oh, we need decorum. Like you ain't said nothing about. They didn't kill him, thank God, but you ain't said nothing about that, brother, because there's some black ones that just want to be white so bad. You said nothing about that. You said nothing about Mark and Melissa Hortman out of Minnesota that were, killed. The president didn't even go to a funeral. He didn't acknowledge their death. I think the flags are already at half staff for Charlie Kirk. So we can't be selective in our outrage. But I'll just say that, prayers for his wife, prayers for his two children that will grow up without their dad. Like that's very unfortunate. But we can't pretend to be victims, Aaron, with things like this. And we can't make somebody's death about ourselves. Like, what? Oh, I had to have this county sheriff department make sure my family was okay. Boy, ain't nobody thinking about you like that. Knock it off. Ain't nobody going to your house just because people protest against your anti-biblical policies does not mean that somebody's going to roll up on your house. We went to your church and we protested and we went to brunch afterwards. Like, knock it off. You can't say you fear for your life because we was having mimosas and y'all was still in church. So stop.
Yeah, I really don't like that when people, take something so tragic and then make it about themselves. That's just send your condolences and your prayers to his family, because he didn't really deserve it, like you said, Ron. He has a different view, but one thing I could say I never heard him be violent towards anybody. I never really I mean, again, I disagree with a lot of things he said, but I would never wish that upon anybody. So, um, very unfortunate, but yes, some people got to do better. I know there's some people um, definitely on TikTok who are
Ooh,
really, really,
Celebrating.
yes, they're
yes. It's
doing
it's
that.
it's been it's
It's
been something.
I will say this, and I've said it before. A problem is not a problem until it becomes your problem.
Whew. Say it again, brother.
A problem is not a problem until it becomes your problem. And I've had debates with people, and I've reminded them the Second Amendment is for everybody. It's not just for one particular party. And you never hear about violence being a problem when it's Ahmaud Arbery or Breonna Taylor
Woo,
or
Jesus.
George Floyd or Fidel, what's his name,
Adele
Castile?
Castile, yeah.
Yeah, or Trayvon Martin.
Whew.
You don't hear about violence being a problem, but when it's one of your own, now it's a problem.
Ooh.
Now we need to discuss it. Now we need to have talks about. I'm pretty sure that they'll have talks about gun control now because
They
it was
won't.
one of their own.
They
But it
won't.
was. They have talks about it, but they don't
No
talk
action.
about it when it's a school
Which
because it's not the schools that their children attend. It doesn't affect them. It's schools that are in Texas near the border or wherever, Columbine.
What about Covenant? That was right there in by Green Hills Mall. They still didn't do gun control.
They because it didn't affect them. It didn't affect them.
Mm.
Once it affects them, just like the drug epidemic. When the drug epidemic swept through our neighborhoods
Woo.
like wildfire, it wasn't a problem.
Nope.
Then when it started inching its way into other neighborhoods, now it's an epidemic.
It's a crisis, right?
Now,
Stop what you're doing.
now it's a problem.
Well, you preaching now.
I'm just saying.
Because what about Cindy McCain? People don't know that she misappropriated funds from a nonprofit, but because she was married to a U.S. senator, they were like, we need to get this drug court because she has a problem with pills. What about the people that have a problem with crack? I mean, you don't care about them, but she got a pill problem.
They don't care about them.
They was like, we need drug
because
court
that's not their problem.
She's a good citizen. She's a senator's wife. Oh, okay.
But she's still an addict. At the end of the day, an addict is an addict, regardless of it's pills or whatever.
Is it a disease? It's a disease when they got it. Well, you just look crackhead. When we do crack, you do crackhead.
We just lock them up and throw away the key. We don't need help. We just need restraint.
Right.
They need help.
Yeah. It's an epidemic, like you said, crisis. Stop what you're doing because I'm about to ruin. They something else.
Showing off your age, I see. I'm gonna take a shot to that. I'm take a shot to that.
About 4 in.
It's amazing you brought the it's amazing you brought the school shooting up because also earlier today there was another school shooting in Colorado.
Colorado.
So it doesn't affect them.
Nope. And it's always
died, right? It's always thoughts and prayers.
Woo!
It's always thoughts and prayers after. How about we do some thinking and praying and some action before?
Right. Last time I heard Monica, they said they were all in critical condition.
So 3, right? 3 victims.
3, including the shooter.
I don't even think the president has acknowledged that there was a school shooting today. He's been Charlie Kirk. Like, come on, man.
I saw. Tell me if I'm wrong. Like I said, I went on YouTube so I could watch last week's show y'all recorded, and the headline was that the president announced that Charlie Kirk was murdered.
He did.
Yeah.
He said a legend. I said, a legend where?
He works for the news now.
And they were waiting for it. I don't know if y'all saw Megyn Kelly and what's that other crazy guy crying?
No, I did not. I did not.
Was
I know that they had a moment of silence on the Senate floor for this guy.
Glenn Beck, that's his name. Glenn Beck.
Oh God.
I mean, they stopped and were full on crying, like couldn't compose themselves because Charlie Kirk was unalived.
Question is, if he was a Democrat, would they do the same thing?
They well,
Absolutely not.
nah. Let's ask Mark and Melissa Hortman's children. Did you get a condolence letter from the president? No.
They would celebrate it.
Yep, they do celebrate.
They would celebrate it. And see, that's where the conflict lies, you know, the hypocrisy.
Ooh, selective
Like
outrage.
yeah, exactly. And I was on a text thread with a couple of friends of mine, and one of them was saying, "Well, they're celebrating all up and down my timeline." I said, "Well, they celebrated MLK.
They did, and
They
Malcolm
they,
X.
they celebrated Malcolm."
Yep.
So I'm not saying it's right. I'm just
Right.
saying, like you said, selective outrage.
Right. Like, oh, we need decorum now. I said, well, we didn't need decorum when Nancy Pelosi, which I'm not a fan of her, but when her husband was attacked, like Charlie Kirk said some very inappropriate things about.
Very vile things about Black
Yes.
people. Very vile.
Like, I didn't know he had an issue with Dr. King. I said, who don't like Dr. King? What is wrong with you, Charlie?
Yeah, he's made some very vile and racist remarks.
Very racist. I mean, he went at the SCOTUS Ketanji Brown. It's like, you didn't even graduate community college. Keep your mouth. Look, keep your raggedy mouth off of Ketanji Brown. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
when
still,
I when I
unfortunate.
when I first heard the news, obviously I was at work, and then I heard the news. I was like, well, he was shot, right? And then they said he was shot in the neck. And then when they told me more information that it was from like what 200 yards away,
Yeah.
I'm like,
That,
oh, that
yeah.
was that sounded like
Yeah, that's
It
a
was a
professional
professional.
hit.
a professional hit
That was a
in the
clean
sense.
shot, man. Through the neck.
Yeah, yeah. And he was like what, under a tent talking to
He was
people and
under a
all
tent. Like that was somebody that was planned.
that had to be planned because you don't, and you scoped out, obviously, when everybody goes on they speaking engagement tours and all of that, where they're going to be. So somebody probably had to scope out that whole area.
Somebody did
Uh,
the homework.
yeah, somebody did their homework before then, and then they showed the. I just saw the picture right before we came on where he would, where the whoever the shooter was, where they were located at on top of that building. So yeah, I was like,
What was the security? You can't feel that safe out here. Are you that entitled where you feel
Yes.
untouchable?
To answer the
Really?
question, yes. Yes and yes, Ronald.
Mm.
That's what's so heartbreaking about it is like, he just made comments regarding school shootings and was like, well, if a couple of people have to die for us to have our God-given Second Amendment right, then so be it. And it's like, oh man, how
Wait a
tragic.
minute. I'm sorry. Come again, say what?
He said that if a couple of people have to die for you to keep your God-given right for the Second Amendment, then so be it.
Sips bourbon.
Simpsburg. Let me tell y'all what my son said to me today, because I'm political. He says to me, Mom, like, because he's concerned, lay off the politics. I'm like, you can't live in fear, son. But just the fact that he's like, Mom, you got a big mouth. He's like, stay off. Mom, I don't think you should do politics anymore. And I'm like, what happened? And he's like, this world just isn't safe. People are nuts. I said, Mom, it's okay. That's my 20-year-old.
Wow.
That's concerned with his mom. Like, I'm like, we don't live in fear, son.
That's true.
definitely true.
That is
Definitely.
definitely true.
Yeah, I mean, the world's already a dangerous place. You just gotta live with it.
You do. You do.
So, you
He'll
get
go down as a martyr.
I think so. They're trying
Yeah.
to make him like he's MLK or Malcolm X. Like,
He'll go down as a martyr.
the flags at half staff already when y'all didn't want to keep them at half staff for Jimmy Carter, a fucking president. I'm sorry, y'all. Let me drink this drink.
That's your second one?
Yes, and I'm feeling it too. Because y'all, this is the big Smiths sips.
I saw that. I saw that at the
And
store.
it's
he's taking
16%. So I'm like, ooh wee.
he's taking big sips.
I'm gonna sleep good tonight, is all I can say. Yeah.
I want to switch to a different topic.
Okay.
Um, I know you guys heard about the raid in Georgia at
Yes.
the
Oh my God.
Hyundai plant. The lady on TikTok, what's her name? Is it
Let's just
Tori?
call her Karen. Let's not give her. Let's
It,
not make
it's
her famous. Let's call
I
her
know
Karen.
I know it starts with a T. Um, she called ICE. They raided the place. It was about what 400,
I heard
uh,
5.
five. It's up there, right? Um, and she's proud of it. She's proud of it. We all know that, Koreans come over, they just here to basically get the place up and going, train the Americans so they can do their job and they could go back home, do what they got to do. How do y'all feel about that situation? I'm gonna start with Monica. I'm gonna start with you.
So I have spent 2 tours in South Korea. Some of my when I say they know how to party, hey, they know how to party. Soju experience, and the soldiers will know what I'm talking about. So I was in Tungdashan, Camp Casey the first time, and then Weijambu, Camp Red Cloud the second time. You won't find whew, harder working people than South Koreans. You anything you want. My girlfriend wanted a gold face Mickey that she lost that her boyfriend bought her. And they were like, she was like, I need this because like I'm going home on leave and my boyfriend doesn't need to know. They said, come back in 2 hours we have for you. These are hard working people, model minorities. They were building the freaking plant. They were not employees of the plant. So South Korea, for those of us who have been like you, when I say party, like these are some good people. So it didn't land the way she thought it would land, but from it's just troubling to me because for those of us who just have been to South Korea, the bulgogi and all the like you get immersed in the culture. Because they used to tell me, I know, look, they tell me this is my younger days. You make a good hooker. I was like, what? You shape nice. You make a good hooker. I'm like, but they are so like anything you want, you just draw a picture. You'd be like, I want this. Like they're so innovative and hardworking for us to treat them. They were here legally, like that. It's very heartbreaking for me because those were some good anybody who's been stationed in Korea for a year or two, like it's one of the best assignments I had in my 20-year military career, and I had the privilege of going there twice. It's heartbreaking to see that you are treating these people who are so hardworking, so nice, so humble this way, as if they're like they were building a plant so Americans could have a job. So the fact that that South Korean president was like, send my folks on, he sent planes for them, send my people back over here because we're helping y'all asses. So I hate that it turned out that way because now they said that we're about to shut down every Hyundai plant in America. Who y'all think y'all playing with? So they were here to build the plant so Americans would have jobs. They're not lazy. They do what we call the kimchi squat, and those who are South Korean understand what I'm talking about. So it broke my heart to see that because these are good, hardworking people, model minorities. They light skinned it. And for us to treat them that way, and for her to go on TikTok, yeah, I'm running for Congress, and I did that. You ain't gonna run because you just took away employment opportunities for a lot of Georgians that need work. So those are just my 2 cents. But loved my tours in Korea, like it, just the culture. You kind of like they try this kimchi. I'm like, oh, I don't eat that. No, try it. Like so, just welcoming people, like the whole Bali Bali Adashi Ajima, like it's a good assignment because I went there as a 19-year-old from a rural town in North Carolina, and it's like, dog, the world is really so big, and for them to like my hair. I had a perm at the time. You know who did my perms? Ajima, Korean woman, and straightened the shit out of my out of my hair. So it's like it really breaks my heart to see that they were treated so badly, so poorly, and they were here legally. And she thought it was a flex to brag on TikTok. Yeah, I did it. So yeah, that's my 2 cents. Is like they're good people. And if you never, I have friends have never been out of state of Tennessee. It's like you need to travel. I don't care if you at least go to North Carolina. It's just one state over, or Georgia, some damn where. So you can tell people who are not well traveled in their comments, because it's like you won't find a more beautiful, welcoming culture than South Korean. So I hate that for them.
What about you?
Well, first of all, I hate that I didn't know you when you were in South Korea, because I could have got a couple of suits and satin jacket with the dragon on the back. Secondly, in society, this is what I've learned. When you tell the same lie over and over again, it becomes your truth. When you're told the same lie over and over again, it becomes your reality. When that reality is circulated around, it becomes the culture. And then when that culture is passed down, then it becomes tradition. So I said all that to say that woman was proud, bragging about she did her patriotic duty. And I haven't seen the video, so I'm not sure exactly what term she used, but I'm sure it lines up with patriotic duty. She pretty much, I mean, just living this lie that anybody that doesn't look like them, that doesn't talk like them, that doesn't have the same beliefs as them, don't belong here. When in fact, the forefathers of this country were immigrants.
Whew.
Last time I checked, they came over here illegally. Why do you think Great Britain went to war with them, trying to get them to come back home?
They were not undocumented immigrants, Ronald. That's what you're saying.
They were very, very undocumented immigrants. The Pilgrims were undocumented immigrants. I mean, Christopher Columbus was an undocumented immigrant. He got lost. He discovered America. How you discover something and people are already here? And yet they celebrate that. They celebrate that, but they don't want to celebrate Juneteenth.
Ain't that something?
Ooh.
I'm just saying. But yeah, this immigration situation is, I mean, yeah, people are breaking the law coming over here illegally. I get that. I'm not going to act like illegal immigration is not a problem, because I have seen situations to where people have been hit by a drunk driver that was over here illegally. So if you were obeying the law, you wouldn't have been over here.
Yeah.
Situations like that. But I mean, it's like they're going after everybody that doesn't look like them. So who do you think is next?
Okay, black people.
I'm just saying.
Because when they deport all these people, who you think going in them detention centers?
Right. Absolutely. All this fear mongering, and they're taking our jobs. They're not taking our jobs. I'm not climbing on nobody's roof in 110-degree weather. I'm not.
Nah.
Ronald, I'm not fooling with you.
I'm not. I don't mean no harm. Hey, God bless those that do, but I am not. And the Hispanic community are some of the hardest working people.
What you said.
I went to work. On my way to work, they we got a deck built. They were pulling up with wood. By the time I got home, my deck was big and extended. My wife then gave them a whole new plan. And I didn't even work the whole day. I'm like, man, these cats are not bulls. They are serious. So I mean, they just want to come over, and who doesn't want a better life? Is that not the American dream?
It is.
To want a better life. So why is the American dream only for certain Americans?
You've been dropping some bars tonight, Ronald.
Hey.
I usually don't agree with your ass, but tonight, cheers.
Only thing we really disagree on is the WNBA and LeBron versus Jordan. That's the only two things we really disagree on.
And my girl Monique, are you ready to apologize to me publicly about Monique?
I would rather get sexually assaulted by a bear than apologize about Monique. You want to talk about Monique? You want to switch gears? You want some facts about Monique? Monique, I mean, we can get back to the politics and all that, but since you want to bring Monique into the conversation, I'm entertaining. Monique performed her comedy show at the Arts Center at Georgia State University. It only holds 848 people.
Here he go with the stats.
And it didn't sell out.
Here he go with the stats.
Oh, you don't like numbers, huh? Numbers don't lie.
I'm like Trump with the jobs report. I'm fired. You're fired for saying this about the stats.
I'm just right. You don't like the truth.
I'm gonna pull a Trump on you, Ronald.
And it didn't sell out, and it didn't do the numbers that what Netflix offered her was very generous compared to the numbers. Did you watch it?
I did.
Did you enjoy it?
Anyway.
No. Did you watch it twice?
I watched it once, and it was hard to follow because she did a lot of deflection. I wanted her just to stand in her truth, but she didn't do that. I was kind of disappointed, but I watched it in its entirety because I wanted her to get credit for me watching.
Oh, look at you doing your part.
Power to the people.
15 minutes was all I could stomach of that.
You could have put it on and left.
No, I don't care about her getting numbers. I do not care about that. I care about being entertained.
Wakanda forever. I stand with Monique.
Okay, we'll keep on standing with her. You and the other 15 people that were in attendance. When you don't sell out, I mean the stadium, the arena, it's not even an arena, it's an auditorium. The auditorium didn't even hold 1,000 people and she didn't sell it out.
Mic drop. I have to go with you when you write down, Ronald.
But I just didn't like if she felt like she was worth more than that. To me, she went about it the wrong way.
Her delivery needs
work. Her delivery was horrible. You can't say you can't say I sued Netflix for racism and sexism when Dave Chappelle got paid, Eddie Murphy got the bag.
Savant when it comes.
It don't matter. What difference does it make? You can't say racism is racism. Sexism is sexism. Amy Schumer got the bag, even though
she ain't funny.
But she got the bag, so you can't say. That's like me saying I don't wear Jordans, and then you see me step out the house and I got a pair of Jordans on.
I don't wear them on Saturdays. Today is Friday.
Right. Exactly. That's what Monique tried to pull.
I'm gonna stay with
you can't even say black women because Beyonce got broke off. Beyonce got $60 million from Netflix.
And about to get another bag from Netflix or HBO or whoever.
Yes. And you can't compare Beyonce. Why not? She's not a black woman.
Well, I think too there's such thing as black famous, and Beyonce has crossover appeal. So I mean, when I went to her
concert, she's not a black woman.
What's all these white people doing here? It was white people up in there in Atlanta. So
Is she not a black woman?
she, well, she's not
All I
queer.
need is a yes or no.
I'm not gonna
Okay,
capitulate to that.
sip whatever you're sipping. There you go.
So
I'm,
I'm
speaking
not
of,
ready.
I'm
I'm
rooting for
not ready.
everybody black, which is Monique. Monique,
I
do
mean,
better.
I root for everybody black doing the right thing. You can't root for everybody black. I don't root for Clarence Thomas.
Do you root for Jason Knight?
You already know how I feel about Jason Knight.
So
Jason Knight and I have never seen each other face to face, and he hates me.
he hates you. What? Wait, not hate now.
He despises me. He does not like me because on social media I was on his ass
What'd you do to
about
Jason?
when they were renaming the
Mammy
street.
Lane?
Yeah, Mamie Lane. Well, all of my constituents would have to get new IDs and change the addresses on their checkbooks. I was like, you know what? So did all the people that had businesses on Guthrie Highway when they renamed it Wilma Rudolph Boulevard. It's racist. It's racist, and you're trying to play up to your base. You MAGA supporter, you. He
He's
can't.
not.
He can't stand me. He don't like me.
He's not an African descendant of slavery, and so he voted, even though it didn't pass. Thank God to the commissioners that did not vote for the art panel that was going to honor the Alamo.
Which
But
I don't understand.
he voted in favor of it. It's like, Jason, no commissioners endorsed you because he's running for Mark Green's seat as well, U.S. Congressman seat 7. Like, you got no endorsements. People that you went out there, Aaron Mayberry, and you shucked and jived for, you was holding signs, you gave them endorsements that they didn't ask you for. They did not endorse you for this seat. So it's like, I said, Jason, hey, boo, they just not into you. They not into you.
Next time you see him, tell him that house slaves got hung too.
Well, he's too dark to be a house slave. They normally pass the paper bag test.
But his mentality in his mind.
Swears. He's like, all you black women have a problem with me because of my wife. Dude, let me be respectful. We ain't stunting you. Like, we don't care that your wife is white. We want you to be. I mean, I'm glad you found somebody. Like, it ain't like, oh, she stole a good black man that's so fine. It's like, oh, okay, girl, you go, girl. Love wins. Like, this is stuff he says. Like, they're jealous of my wife.
When you tell yourself the same lie over and over again, it becomes your truth.
That part. Oh, he normally comes over and talks to me. He's like, oh, Monica, they get nervous when you and I talk. But I saw on Monday night, he didn't bring his ass over to talk, which is fine. And then he left after the vote. Like, you're not American descendant of slavery. He says he's from Boogie Down, Brooklyn, but we were talking last night, and it's like, that can't be the Brooklyn that Biggie Smalls was talking about. It's got to be a Brooklyn, Wyoming, or Brooklyn, Idaho, but not Brooklyn, Boogie Down. You can't be talking about New York.
No, ain't no way. I mean, it's possible.
You think so?
It's possible.
I mean,
maybe something happened along the way, and he shifted.
His first wife is black. I will say that, and I heard she beat his ass, but allegedly, let me say that so y'all don't sue me. So maybe he got his ass beat by a black woman. So now all of us, allegedly, let me say that, because don't sue me, Jason.
Just tell him the truth. He's a sellout. He's on
I tell him, and I always call him.
That's why we
sir.
don't like him.
I'm like, sir, they not into you. And he's like, oh, I'm watching. Believe me. I'm like, they didn't give you not one endorsement. All these white people that you step and fetch for, and they don't give you an endorsement. Oh.
Well, Tim Scott didn't get an endorsement, so what does that tell you?
Not a one. And I was this close to supporting Jason until he started with the MAGA shit. I was like, and one of my veteran sisters, she met with him one-on-one, and she was like, Jason, Monica's not a Democrat. So you might get an endorsement, not that you need mine. if you stop with the MAGA stuff, he said, well, my advisors out of DC said that I need to 10 toes down for Trump, and your ass is not going to win this election.
And didn't.
You
It
got
ain't going to
advisors
win
out of
this.
you got advisors out of DC.
That's what he said to my friend. She's like, Monica, because let me tell you one thing about, there's a redeeming quality, I think, to most people. So Women Veterans of America, we have a resolution that honors our day, which is June 12th, because of Jason Knight, because he worked with me. He said, do you have something already written up? It passed in the city. It passed in the county. It passed unanimously. You hear me? State. Because of Jason Knight. So even a broke clock is right twice a day, but it's like this close. I was really close to supporting him. And then he came with the MAGA shit. And it's like, and immigration, your mom is an immigrant, dude. So you go from almost getting an endorsement from me, because people will tell me quickly, oh, Monica, you only get one vote. You'll be surprised if people are being in the booth and they're like, girl, which one of these jokers should I vote for? So I do get more than one vote. And I know that burns people up, but I was close to supporting him until he did a whole video on the borders. Like, you are the child of an immigrant, sir. Why are you saying this foolishness? My advisors out of DC told me to. Well, you're not going to win. You're not. And he out here, he's District 2. They love him. Because I was at, where was it? Sweet Peas, when I was running for office, and I gave my little campaign speech, and I was talking about how my son at the time was an employee of McDonald's, making $14 an hour, which was more than substitute teachers. And this couple came over. I'll just call them Karen and Ken. And they were like, we heard what you were saying, but we like Jason Knight. And I said, well, I don't. And then they left the restaurant like, what you think I'm going to say? Oh, me too? I said, Black people are not a monolith, so I'm glad that whatever he says resonates with you and speaks to your racist ass soul. But for me in my house, no, ma'am, no, sir. Get to getting. So that's where me and Jason are. But I was close because, we wouldn't have the resolution that we have. And we're one of the few women veteran service organizations that has it. If Jason Knight didn't reach out and was like, hey, girl, I got you.
Well,
yep.
Even blind squirrels find a nut every now and then. Nah, you don't like me. You can't stand me.
Yeah, he went 10 toes down for Mammy Lane. And I'm like, okay, maybe he doesn't understand. So let me just send him. I said I'm gonna send him some stuff about, Gone with the Wind and how racist that shit was. And maybe he'll change his mind. And he was like, no, my constituents off Mammy Lane said that they want it. What?
Well, some of his constituents. Let me find the best way to say this. Not only some of his constituents, just people who were chiming in on the situation that didn't even live there. Just because something, I'm saying this for a reason, just because something doesn't insult you doesn't mean it's not insulting.
Ooh.
And people were saying, well, I call my grandmama Mamie. Okay, that's fine for you and your family. It's insulting to us because it's not a term of endearment for Black people.
It's not.
Period. I don't care what you call your grandmama. So I mean, these are the people that I was engaging in daily conversation with. There are words that are insulting to the Hispanic community. They don't insult me because I'm not Hispanic, but I understand that they insult the Hispanic community. So they're insulting, period.
Yeah.
Or the Jewish community or the LGBTQ community or whatever. Just because you're not insulted by something doesn't mean that it's not insulting.
You've been dropping the mic tonight, Ronald. That drink you drinking is working. That's a grown man's drink. That's somebody with a mortgage drinking right there.
That's that 115. The who drinking?
Somebody with good credit. I'm seeing 830. You got some good credit. That's the kind of drink you drink.
Silly.
You dropping some good ones.
Every now and then I hit,
But you're
every
right.
now and then I come up with a good one.
Wallace Red, who was on the city council when it came to Mammy, he had the unmitigated gall. He's moved his ass to Georgia, thank God. But he was like, my wife and I watched Gunsmoke, and I remember Dr. King saying, don't judge somebody off of the color of their skin by the content of the character. Wallace, knock it off. But he was defending why Mammy, like we shouldn't be offended by Mammy. And then thank God for Wanda Allen. That's why I say representation matters. She did a slideshow of the racist origins of the term Mammy. And like nobody could, like, there was silence after she showed that video of how racist and what a trope to be a mammy was. So yeah.
He knew what it was.
He's not he's not African descendant of slavery. I don't think he did.
He knew.
You
He
think
had
so?
to know.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
knew.
I think he
He
knew.
knew he was just playing to his base. He was
I
act like he didn't know.
I don't think he did because he says
Well, not one time did he say he did know. He said his constituents didn't want to rename that.
Okay. I don't think he knew because he's not, when it comes to cultural things, he has a low IQ. Because he said he's with the Republicans because they freed the slaves. I was like, the same ones that's wanting to keep the Confederate statues, those Republicans? Okay, then. Okay, JK. Okay.
What?
He said he's with the Republican Party because they are the ones that freed the slaves, Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln didn't even want to free the slaves.
There you go, trying to comprehend stuff.
He clearly said that.
Several times.
And I'm not sure of the exact verbiage, but he had a proclivity of saying it over and over and over. There's no way I can unite this country and keep slavery intact. Woo! If I could, I would. Abraham Lincoln was from Kentucky.
Sure was.
The hell out of here.
What that mean? He from Kentucky. What that mean? Just because he's from Kentucky don't mean that.
You know what it means. You know exactly what it means.
He just said all lives matter back in 1865.
No, he did not. I mean, we all know the Union fought to preserve the nation. The Confederacy fought to preserve slavery. He said there's no way we can keep slavery and preserve the Union. There's no way to do both. He was right.
Yeah.
Just imagine if the South had won that war. Imagine where we'd be now.
Well, that's where we are because we didn't properly address, Reconstruction and Jim Crow and everything that followed after enslaved people were given their freedom. Like there were so many. I mean, you burned down Tulsa, Wall Street Massacre, Wilmington, North Carolina, Rosewood, Florida. Like all of these Black thriving cities were burnt to the ground because they were thriving. So when you don't address a wound that you have, it affects the entire body. So we never healed. Like we thought, we're post-racial because of Barack Obama. No, we're not. Like we'll never be post-racial because you guys do not want to acknowledge some of the damage that your Mima and Pawpaw have caused.
Yeah. Have you had that conversation at Thanksgiving?
What you say you were sipping on? Let me go ahead on.
Knob Creek bourbon. And that's really the whole nature behind when people talk about, don't talk to me about racism.
Woo.
Talk to Mima and Pawpaw. Talk to Mammy. Talk to Pop. Talk to, we live in a society somewhere. We live in a society where kids that did not want to integrate schools are now banning books telling you that they didn't want to integrate schools. Yeah, I had a conversation with Jerry Jones. He was there.
He sure was.
I was just 14. I was just trying to see what was going on. Yeah, you probably had a rock in your hand.
Go Cowboys. Yeah. How about them Cowboys?
Who
said that?
Right. I'm gonna leave that there. I don't know. They shouldn't.
Who said that? Was that you, Ronald?
They ain't had that much bourbon.
But this is the thing with Black people that are part of the Boule, that defend what's the sports guy name from Winston-Salem? You know, Big Mouth, Stephen A. Smith. Like, you are don't defend it. Like, let's pull the Band-Aid off and have a conversation. Let's not say he was 14 because Tamir Rice was 12. And y'all said his ass is over 6 feet tall, so he was a threat. I fear for my life. So when Black people feel the need to apologize for bad behavior, like, it doesn't make it better. So Stephen A. Smith saying, "Oh, he was a teenager." Well, a lot of Trayvon Martin was a fucking teenager. So was Tamir Rice. So what are we doing? Like, you want
so were the kids to shut up Columbine.
That part, teenage boys that didn't want to miss their bowling class. So I think it's very problematic when we have Black people that consistently defend, because the illusion of inclusion, as Catherine Lawson so eloquently says to me all the time, like, Stephen A. Smith, you already a millionaire. Okay, there's no upward mobility for you. You've given platform to a lot of Black and brown people, but knock it off. Like, Jerry Jones is a billionaire, damn near, if he ain't already. He doesn't need you defending him. That happened when he was 14 years old. Let's acknowledge it. Hey, I was there. I was like, integrate what schools? I don't want to go to school with those N-words, hard N-words. Yeah, and stand in your truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like Selma, I did a thing with my job where it was like a collage, and I had him on my Bloody Sunday shirt, John Lewis, and they censored it, and I was pissed. And my husband's like, they don't want to. I was like, but it's like the people that were waiting for John Lewis to cross that damn bridge, they still alive. They got grandchildren, so why would you censor my Bloody Sunday shirt when the people that were throwing rocks because he wanted to have the right to vote? How dare him? I don't understand how we acting like, oh no, that's a divisive concept because we don't want white children to feel bad. I said, what about those that were John Brown's descendants? Teach about John Brown, because he was down for the Negroes. Why do you have to teach about Peepaw and Mamaw that were we good to our slaves? We worked right alongside them. And you have John Brown and say, I don't want no damn slave. I'm an abolitionist. Why can't your kids relate to John Brown was the whole truth and nothing but the truth? So help me God. And I told my grandmother, and I'm surprised she didn't slap me, because in North Carolina we use John Brown as a curse word. But I had a liberal woke teacher before the terms even exist, Miss Smith, shout out to you, that said John Brown is the hero. I said, wait a minute, because my grandma be saying John Brown when she, shut her finger in the door. She's like, we don't need to be using John Brown as a cuss word. In North Carolina, they say John Brown is a cuss word. So she say John Brown. And I told Grandma, I said, Grandma, hey, my social studies teacher, Miss Smith, said that John Brown was a good old white man.
And that he was.
And you need to stop saying his name as a curse word. My grandmother had a 5th grade education, so she didn't know. She was like, oh, okay. I could have got slapped for that. Like, girl, gal, who you talking to? But she was open to it. Like, oh, I didn't. She said, well, I didn't know that John Brown was. I said he was a white hero. So when they say, oh, I don't want my kids' feelings to be hurt because of Black history, well, tell them about the white abolitionists who were against the enslavement of Black people. Why do you resonate so much with the Klan members? Why can't you choose the other one? Because y'all not a monolith either. Yeah,
that's true.
Sure, for sure. Man, y'all, listen, I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little tipsy right now. So
how many shots did you have, Darius?
I think it was about a good 4, maybe 5.
While the camera wasn't on them.
including no finishing this off right here.
Oh
So
my goodness.
yeah, yeah. So I've been doing that, but I've always enjoyed watching you two um conversate with one another. Man, it's a treat for me. It's like I'm watching you guys live, pretty much. And this is amazing and everything like that. Um, Before we go, man, I want to give out some shout outs. Um, my first shout out, I don't know if you guys saw this past weekend, Saturday, Ohio State hosting Grambling. Uh, Obviously, that game was people didn't go see the game. Let's just be honest about that.
Mm.
No, they did not go see the game. If y'all know the final score, it was 70-0. We all know it's a money game for Grambling, but shout out to Ohio State because they really supported Grambling and especially their band halftime show. Um, Really, I mean, from the moment they marched into the stadium, they stayed, watched them at halftime. The Ohio State band members were taking pictures with them, so that was amazing to see. Um, Also, want to
They
give
well,
a
they love everything about us but us.
Woo! Preach now. Preach.
Please continue.
I want to give another shout out to uh, Austin P. They went down to Georgia. It was a competitive game, but Georgia should have blown them out, but they didn't. So shout out to Austin P for playing a good game. I think they played a good game. Georgia didn't they didn't look too good. So I don't think they're gonna beat Tennessee this weekend. So I'm not
Ooh.
worried about that.
What
Um
is this weekend?
yeah, they played at Tennessee, right? They played at
Yeah,
Knoxville, don't they?
yeah, yeah. They're in Knoxville.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and TSU's got Alabama A&M coming Saturday after they got the brakes beat off of them by North Dakota State University last week,
I saw I saw that
59-3.
I saw that. I was like, nobody from TSU was at this game.
They don't support the games like that. They
I'm
they
like,
they don't they don't support the games. It's heartbreaking. North Dakota State, it was like a home game for them. They had
yeah, I
that
saw
many
that.
fans, and North Dakota State University is like 14 hours from here.
Yeah,
But we all know Nashville is like Atlanta for white people.
Oh, if y'all don't stop saying it.
so so they're all, no disrespect. I love everybody, but it is what it is. So people from all over, if they get a chance to come to Nashville, they coming. All they need, is a reason. And
yeah, that
they came in full force. I don't know if they brought buses or planes or they all carpooled or what, but it was quite a few people at that game, and they were all wearing whatever North Dakota State University's colors are. I think they're like burgundy or brown and yellow or
well,
something like that.
yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
much like their professional team because
yeah.
that team
They don't have a professional team.
that team is really good. They have produced a lot of NFL talent over the years. So um yeah, I was surprised that I heard about that and I was looking at some of the clips. I'm like, where's even the students at? They're not even at the game.
You know what? Honestly, as a proud, I only went for a couple of years, but as a proud former student of TSU, we don't want to see that. We don't want to see North Dakota State University. We want to see Alabama A&M and
Okay.
Grambling and Florida A&M and Alcorn State. We are historic. We are HBCU. We want to see other HBCUs. Why TSU won't get out of the OVC? The SWAC will pay the fine for TSU to get out of the OVC. I mean, Austin P got out.
Yeah,
I think
they
there's only
got
like three teams in OVC now. Them and Tennessee Tech and somebody else, and I think they joined with some other small conference. I don't really know the ins and outs of it, but that was their time. When everybody else was leaving, they should have been like, "Bye."
Yeah.
and join the SWAC. You know how much money TSU would make if they joined the SWAC? Football is the number one money maker in a college period.
Yep.
Yeah.
Football is the reason you have basketball, baseball,
Yep. They
hockey,
fund everything.
lacrosse,
Yep.
gymnastics. Football funds all of that. And especially when you, case in point, Austin P going to Georgia. How do you, as a coach, if I'm Austin P's coach, how do I get what do I say to my team before we go out here and face Georgia? Good luck. Uh, play hard. No, you playing the dogs. And that's just the way it is with all these cupcake games and the money. Dion even spoke about this when he was coaching at Jackson State. The money doesn't go to the football program. The money goes to the school.
Yep. Sure does.
So you got these student athletes. One of them, we all know the wrong hit can end a football career. So you got these college athletes going out there putting their bodies on the line so the school can make $1 million. It's
Yep.
just,
Mhm.
it's not cool to me.
Yeah. I mean, I
Just so
know
they can get beat 59 to nothing.
yeah. That's why I said I was shout out to Austin P because they competed. I would say that I actually had them getting beat by 50, but
I
I
had them
was
getting
wrong.
beat by 70. What
70. Oh
what
my
string
goodness.
what string played? Did Georgia even play their starters? Did they play them the whole game? I
Nah,
didn't watch the game.
they
They
played
played
their
their starters.
starters.
They played their
Yeah.
starters the whole game,
Yeah.
and only beat them by 25 points.
22. Yeah. 28 to 6.
Oh, they kicked it up a field goal before. Last time I checked, it was 20 something to 3.
Yeah, that's why I was saying they're not if they play like that against a FCS team, which I don't know why they're not I haven't seen the new rankings in the FCS. I keep up with both, but they should be top 25, honestly, in the FCS. That's just my opinion. But that's why I give a shout out to Austin P. Um, before we get out of here, did y'all teams do well NFL? I know NFL season started. Are y'all well, Monica, I already know how you are. Ron, how you feel about
I didn't get a chance to watch the Titans game because we were
Good
in
thing.
Texas.
Good for you.
Yeah, yeah. I heard about it. I watched the highlights. I can't really gripe because it's not like we're in mid-season form, so I'm not going to panic behind one loss. I am very upset that the Falcons missed that field goal, and I'm even more upset that Derrick Henry fumbled the ball and Buffalo came back and beat them because Lamar Jackson is my guy. I've been
Yeah, I like
following
them.
him since Louisville, and they do not want that boy to be the face of the league. They
They
don't.
don't.
They
nah,
don't
they
want him to be
tried.
the. They do not want him to be the face of the league. He's from Florida. He speaks with that Floridian dialect. He wears hair in plaits. They don't want him to be the face of the league.
Was he was he a two-time MVP now? Was it
Two
two-time?
time, two
Two
time
times.
MVP. Josh Allen won last year, but
He didn't even make first team.
Lamar Jackson's numbers were 41 touchdowns and 4 interceptions.
Wow.
That's kind of like that Jordan thing, that fatigue that like they do with the Joker in
Yeah,
the league now that
yeah.
yeah.
They just didn't want to give it to him. He earned it, but they just didn't want to give it to him. We're gonna give it to somebody else. They do not want that boy to be the face of the league at all.
Nah, they already got their mind made up. Patrick Mahomes. You could tell that team is not looking
I
impressive at all.
cannot stand that boy at all. I've never liked Patrick Mahomes. Never.
Why not? What he do to
Never.
you?
What did he do to me? I mean, when your wife makes racial epithets and you married to a black
Fried
man,
chicken. Fried chicken.
I'm just saying. I mean, even he himself is lost. Like when he cut his hair and he finally got a haircut, he said, "Why didn't people tell me my hair was this nappy? What are you
I
talking
know.
about, dude?"
Fried chicken.
She probably calls him the N word 3 times a day before breakfast.
They might do race play like what's his name? Uncle Shay Shay. They might do race
Man,
play.
man.
Mm, I came with you tonight.
Uncle Shay Shay, you just don't know what people little things are. They little kinks. Say, do you boo?
Yeah, he needs to stay off. He needs to go sit down somewhere for a while. That's
She
what I
said
think.
fried. The way she said it though, y'all, fried chicken. Girl, I will slap
Mm.
you.
Monica, how you feel about your team?
The Panthers, let us pray right now, Father God, in the name of Jesus, Black Jesus, help us, help the Panthers. Amen.
Jesus. Amen.
Not Ron putting his hands together.
I was with you.
I'm gonna stick with him though. I'm gonna
I
stick. And
was
my
with
husband is a
you.
Browns fan, so you know the whole. I'm the auntie for them
Mhm.
Brown boys. I don't. No, so the Sanders boys. So my husband die hard, nothing but the Browns. So help him God. And then my son's a
I
Titans fan. So we all
They
team losers.
they
Basically.
have the most fan base in the NFL. Period.
When I say my father-in-law, my mother-in-law, I'm like, you don't even know about football, but Sundays, like my husband has the NFL package, RIP to my father-in-law, but they would sit in there and like my mother-in-law who don't even understand football, like, yay, yeah, they got a touchdown. They no, ma'am, they did not. But they are
They
loyal.
touched it down. Yes,
They
I
never
love this game.
loyal no matter because I'm like, man, we've been here a while. You can kind of, we want to switch over to the Titans. And he was like, yeah, no.
They have the most loyal fan base out there.
They really
Period.
do.
yeah.
Period.
They really, I've never seen anything like that until I went to the city because I lived there 3 years in Parma Heights. And I'm like, I don't care how racially segregated Cleveland and the suburbs are. Like you got Parma, you got Euclid, you got Cleveland Heights, Maple Heights. Like on Sundays, it's like Jesus.
I
We all
can't stand the city of Cleveland. I got a
what?
speeding ticket
Watch your mouth.
coming through. I got a speeding ticket coming through Cleveland, and the cop made me pay it on the spot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Mm.
he caught me speeding. He didn't turn his radar until I got close to him because I had 2 radar detectors in the car. He made me go to the next exit, and there was a convenience store.
Yep.
I had to get a money order. The ticket was like $200 or something.
Damn.
I had to get them. Yeah, and this was like late '90s. I had to get a money order. He gave me a self-addressed stamped envelope. I put the money order in the envelope, sealed it, and there was a blue mailbox outside. And he watched me drop it in the mailbox and sent us
Was
on
that
our
legal?
way.
What if you wanted to contest it?
I didn't have that option. I didn't have that option, but I didn't have that option. I'm just gonna put
So
it
no
like
due
that.
process for you?
None of that. None of that. Come on, let's go to the store.
Oh, you
I
serious?
got mad because LeBron went back. I said, "Don't go back to Cleveland. I got a
Nice.
speeding ticket there."
You still triggered? Let it go, Ronald. It's okay.
I did. I was happy that LeBron went back and won 146. That was a proud moment for me.
Brought the championship. Yes.
Yeah.
So
The Browns should have beat the Bengals. I would say that they should have beat the Bengals. The
Yeah.
Titans, I feel like they should have beat the Broncos.
yeah,
Uh,
I heard bad play calling. I mean, if you can't stop a running back, keep running the ball.
yeah. Um, my Steelers pulled it out
They
against the
did.
Jets.
I watched that game. I was a little concerned about your Steelers, but
I
they
was too. I was too. But by the end of the day, it's a win. It's a win.
is Aaron Rodgers the answer?
He is not.
Uh, well, let's just put it this way. he ain't gonna be able to stand up straight at the end of the year if this offensive line keep continue to play the way they playing. Because that offensive line to me right now is the weakest link of that team.
They are.
So no run game because the offensive line is not doing their job. They can't run block, pass block. I'm not worried about the defense. I know we had a couple of injuries that happened. I know we just signed another. I think we just traded for Jabril Pepper. So I think that,
Yeah,
yeah, I think
that's a
the
nice. Yeah,
defense,
it's a nice pickup. Then y'all pick up DK.
DK. We
That
had
was a nice pickup.
we got Jalen Ramsey who made that crucial play at the end of the game. Um, we still got TJ Watt. So, I'm not concerned right now, but that offensive line, that's what I'm gonna keep an eye on.
Well, I mean, it's still again, it's just week one, so everybody's getting the underwear all wadded up. When we get to week 7, week 8, now it's time to start worrying.
Yeah,
Hell, week 10,
yeah.
you won in 9, week 10, then yeah, it's time to start worrying. But
I would say this though.
week 1,
I would say this before we go. Maybe the Steelers. Well, no, I ain't gonna say it. The Steelers was right by letting Russell Wilson go.
Watch your freaking mouth.
why?
He's not. He
He's
just
just
wasn't the
not
answer.
it.
He's
He
just
wasn't
not
the
it.
answer.
He wasn't the answer.
No.
He's not. He's not the answer. He can't. We're not. When he came, I was like, okay, he's better than the quarterbacks we've been having.
He was.
But here's the but. Um, he's not that same dude he was in Seattle.
Well, he's
I guess not.
older.
He's
He's got
older.
a family. He's got 50 million kids.
I don't care. You're a professional athlete. You're a quarterback in the NFL. You're supposed to
You're
be
not
the
allowed. You're not allowed to get older.
No,
if
or grow and have a family with kids and
So now y'all got a 41-year-old
and you know
pocket
what the sad part?
passer.
You know what the sad part about it was
he is 41.
that 41-year-old played better than Russell Wilson the entire time he was in Pittsburgh.
Watch your freaking mouth.
I said it. I'm a Pittsburgh fan. We should have first off, we should have kept Justin Fields. We should have developed him.
That's the move y'all should have done.
That's the
Y'all should
one.
have kept Justin Fields.
That's why I said I wouldn't if Russell want to go, let him go. We should have kept Justin Fields. That's the guy that I wanted to keep. Develop him. If you give him in the right system, you saw what he did on Sunday. So I don't know what they was trying to do, like handcuffing him last season, just waiting for Russell Wilson to come and save the day. It didn't work out. You
Mm-mm.
know, you could have just developed him, let him go. He was 4-2 as a starter. So I don't know why you just didn't keep rolling with him.
But you
Let
know
him
what? We would have took Russell Wilson, but we don't have. I hate that they just threw Cam Ward out there as a rookie. I wish they would have had some sort of veteran presence to help develop him. And my wife and I were having that conversation. She said, "Well, where's Russell Wilson?" I said, "The Giants."
Yep.
Well, where's Jameis Winston? So I mean, all the
and
veterans. Where's Joe Flacco? The Browns. So I mean, not that we want Joe Flacco, but I just feel like Cam Ward is not. Cam Ward's going to be the future, but I don't just think he's ready to just get out there and play like that.
yeah, this dude with the Vikings did last year. Let JJ McCarthy sit, and then you saw what happened in the first game. So
JJ did his thing Monday night.
yeah, did his name Monday night. And I'm gonna shout out this other quarterback too, Daniel Jones. The way he lit up the Dolphins and for the Colts. I mean, they basically ran him out of New York, and then he went to Indianapolis. His first game, he looked like a Pro Bowl quarterback.
It's over for Anthony Richardson. It was over for him last year. How you gonna be like, I'm tired. Me tired. Me won't sit down. Come on, dude. You're a professional quarterback in the NFL. Get out of
Yeah,
here. But
yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
they both raced the Dolphins. So, oh well, just week one. We'll see.
Week
Just
one,
week one. Just week one,
just
right?
Just
just
week
week one.
one.
Yeah, and also I got some things I want to say about college, but I'll save that for another day. Because I believe that they shouldn't do a AP 20 top 25 until about week 6, week 5 at least. At least get an idea how these teams are going to be before you start ranking these teams. I don't like that at all. So
I never liked that. I never liked that. That's why they don't start the college playoff rankings until like week 6 or something like that. Give them a chance to develop and see what's really going on.
yeah, yeah. So I think they just need to do away with it. Let these teams play it out, and then just let the college playoff come in and do their thing. Because a lot of them don't even watch the games, and you got people voting teams in that shouldn't even be in the top 25 at all. So,
What I don't like, one thing I've never liked about what I don't like about college football now is the fact that Notre Dame is allowed to play as an independent. So they never have to worry about losing a a conference championship.
mhm.
But the flip side of that is they'll never get ranked in the top four.
Mm.
They because they're just their football program. They're like their
Yeah,
basketball program.
everything else is in the
Uh, are they ACC now,
yeah.
or are they?
Everything else is conference except football, and that's why they do that. And I don't think
Yeah,
they should be allowed to, the name and all, but I don't think you should be allowed to be exempt from that rule.
I agree with that one. I definitely agree with that one. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in with us tonight. This was a fun, exciting night. Um, Monica, I appreciate you coming on. You're always welcome on the podcast.
When she
Really
gonna start
appreciate.
on?
We
I
working on it. Darius gave me some tips off camera, so I appreciate it, Darius.
No problem, no problem.
It's
We talked
coming.
about it last week after the episode, and I told her this is start off, do what I'm doing.
Yep,
So
Zoom.
use Zoom to your advantage, and then once that keep rolling in, then you can just upgrade and do more with it. So yeah, I'm looking for it. I'm looking for your own platform. I'm gonna be tuning in, and if you need a guest, me and Ron will be right there to
Well, we got
get
a
on
synergy
board.
right here, so we need to rebrand
I
this drink
volunteer.
at the dark.
I volunteer as tribute. What you say? We got a what?
We got the synergy going right here, so maybe we need to rebrand. Keep drinking after dark because I like to have a little drinky drink, especially after today's sequence of events. So I'm just saying, maybe we need to all work together.
I
Y'all
don't
think
I'm
have
a,
about
a
it.
I
Pray
don't
on it.
have a problem with it.
I don't
I
have a
don't
problem with it either.
I don't have a problem with it.
Definitely don't have a problem with that. Before we go, Monica, any last words?
I do want to give a RIP to Kiss My Grits. Miss Flo from Mel's Diner passed today. And look, heavy is yeah, she
Oh,
gone. That was my girl. Kiss my grits. But heavy is the head that wears the crown. So activism can be very challenging. It can drain you. But there are two sisters, Rosa Ponce Chavez and Aura Dorsey Empress. I want y'all to know that I see you. I appreciate all the behind of the scenes things that you ladies do, and I salute you for your work that you do in keeping Montgomery County at least purple. We might can't turn it blue, but at least purple. But so thank you, ladies. I love you for all the activism. I'm glad I'm doing this heavy lifting with the two of you, and we got this. Even if the t-shirt wearers don't show up, just the three of us, a 3-strand cord is hard to break. So at least we have three, and three is also the number of agreement. So let's keep doing what we're doing. I'm glad to go on this journey with you two ladies, and I love you and appreciate all the hard work you do, especially behind the scenes.
Cuz, any last words?
I want to shout out Monica because I've been watching Monica for a while, and Monica is doing her thing. She and what's your girl's name? Joy Rice.
Oh, I love Joy. That's my best sister.
Y'all are doing y'all thing, and I'm not saying that because a couple of T-shirts have been purchased from me. I'm keeping it 100. Y'all are trying to make Clarksville a better place, and I salute y'all for that.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely salute you too, Monica. Keep up doing what you're doing. I'm gonna always stay tuned because I know you keep my timeline full. So uh, I'm gonna I'm definitely paying attention to it, and cause I know you doing what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing. And again, you're more than welcome to come on the platform anytime, man. It's open to anybody and everybody. So if you want a place to, to speak your mind, speak your truth, uh, this is the platform for you. All right. Um, Till next time, y'all. I'm Darius from Drinking After Dark Podcast. Oh, before we go, just a reminder,
Uh-oh.
make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. You can catch the episodes on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. All right. For Monica, from Ron, I'm Darius from Drinking After Dark Podcast, and we out. Peace.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Thank you.